Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Mensa Augustine. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you have been watching my videos and you're not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe for us to build the mathematics community. Now, before we solve this question, thanks to piano lessons on YouTube for sending me this question. If you want to learn how to play organ, guitar, and keyboard, just look on to piano lessons on YouTube and it will be very amazing. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now, how do we solve this question? You said that if z equal to r, divided cosine of theta plus I, sine of theta, and z is not equal to 0, you should show that 1 over z equal to 1 over r, divided cosine of theta minus I, sine of theta. So how do we do that? Now, from the Moivre's theorem, we know that z to the power n is equal to r to the power n times cosine of n theta plus I sine of n theta. So here it implies that 1 over z equals z to the power negative 1, and this implies that we are going to have r to the power negative 1 times cosine of negative 1 times theta. Yeah, our n is negative 1, so negative 1 times theta over negative theta plus I sine of negative 1 times theta over negative theta. And this will give us 1 divided by r into bracket cosine of negative angle is the same as cosine of positive of the angle. And here minus sine of theta is equal to sine of negative theta. So here you have minus I sine of theta. Hence proved. That is using the Moivre's theorem. If you are not using the Moivre theorem, you can rationalize and you get the same answer. Right, now, what about the second one? For the second one, we are saying that if w plus 1 over w is equal to 2 cosine theta, we have to show that w is equal to cosine theta plus or minus sine of theta. So we take w plus 1 on w equal to 2 times cosine of theta. Then let's multiply through by w. We have w squared plus 1 equal to 2w cosine of theta. We have w squared minus 2w cosine of theta plus 1 equal to 0. Now this is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So we can use the quadratic formula to solve this one. That is, if you have this, you have x equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. But here our equation is in terms of w, so we are going to have w equal to negative b. And what is our b? So here let's take our a and b. So here our a, by comparing, a is 1 and then b is equal to negative 2 cosine of theta. Yes, we can write 2 cosine of theta. Then we put w here and c equal to positive 1. So we're going to have negative into bracket negative 2 cosine of theta plus or minus square root of negative 2 cosine of theta squared minus 4 times a is 1, c is 1. So 4 times 1 times 1 is 4. All divided by 2 times a, and a is 1. So we have our w to be equal to positive 2 cosine of theta plus or minus the square root of 4 times cosine squared of theta minus 4. All divided by 2. Now, we have our w to be equal to 2 times cosine of theta plus or minus the square root of. Now if we come here, let's factorize minus 4 out. So you have minus 4 times negative cosine squared of theta plus 1. Negative times negative will give us positive. And negative times positive will give the negative we have there. All divided by 2. Yes, now let me stand here. We have our W to be equal to 2 cosine of theta plus or minus the square root of minus 4 times the square root of 1 minus cosine squared theta, all divided by 2. And then W will be equal to 2 times cosine of plus or minus 2i. Square root of this is 2i. That is, square root of minus 4 is equal to square root of 2 times square root of negative 1. Sorry, square root of 4 times square root of negative 1. Square root of negative 1 is I. Square root of 4 is 2. So that I have 2i. Then we have square root of 1 minus cosine squared is sine squared of theta. From the basic trigonometric identity, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equal to 1. If we send cosine squared to this side, we have sine squared of theta. All divided by 2. Wow. So we are going to have this. W equal to 2 cosine of plus or minus, cosine of theta plus or minus 2i sine of theta. Because here, square root of sine squared of theta is square root of sine theta, all square, and this will go. And we have all these divided by 2. So we have this equal to 2 into bracket cosine of theta plus or minus sine of theta, all divided by 2. And these 2 will cancel these 2. Hence, proved. We are going to have our W to be equal to cosine of theta plus or minus sine of theta. Wow. Very, very nice like that. So now let's move with this. The next question. The next question, you are going to have this one. We said that you should show that W to the power n plus 1 on W to the power n is equal to 2 cosine of n theta from the result that we've had. Now from the results, if we have 1 on W to the power n, it means that we are going to have W to the power negative n. Yes. And that will give us cosine of negative n theta plus I sine of negative n theta. And that will give us cosine of positive n theta minus I sine of n theta. And then W to the power n is equal to cosine of n theta plus I sine of n theta. Now if we take W to the power n plus 1 on W to the power n, we are going to add equation 1 to equation 2. So if we add this plus that will give us 2 cosine of n theta, and this plus that will give us 0. Hence proved. Thank you for watching. I'm Mensa Augustine. Please subscribe to my channel, share my videos, like and leave your comments. Bye bye.